All right, so we just finished up the trading day. About, I don't know, probably finished 10 minutes, about 10 minutes, 11 minutes after market open. So the reason why I entered in a couple trades, or not a couple trades, but I entered in one short. You can see my short entry here and I secured my profit right there. Is because if we look at the 144, we retrace back into this 144 area. Actually, it's the wrong one. So on this 144 candle, we do retrace into that 50% level, as you can see here. Excuse me. And you know, the OG model that I had was, you know, we retrace back into the 50% level, which we do, and we need to have like some sort of order block formed, which we'd get right there. And let me just change this color so it's a little easier to see. So we get this big order block, which has a swing high and a swing low, but then inside that order block, what we want to happen is we want to see a tiny high and a tiny low right here, which is just what I like to call it. So it's about like there. So let's change this to that. So now we want price to kind of retrace back into here. And what I used to do is just kind of wait for a down close candle like this to kind of show up and then just retrace back to the downside. But I'm adding more confluences now. And one of them is I use the volume profile on just the order block, including that breakout candle to the downside. I just want price to kind of touch this order block. Let me get rid of these EMAs real quick. Okay, so yeah, we just want price to kind of retrace back into the volume profile of this confirmed order block and the breakout of the order block, which we do. And all I do is just simply look for another order block to be formed, which we get right here, this high and this swing low, but also we kind of get it right here inside here. So this is the big main order block, I would say. So considering this, we kind of just entered a very bad entry, I would say. Not the best. Definitely could have set a limit order here, which I probably would have gotten filled right there, and then hit 10 points somewhere down here, or just about. So I probably would have moved to break even or something. But yeah, so you can see that we have this big order block. Then we also got to get the tiny high and the tiny low in here. And I did want to enter right after this candle closed. But once again, I was just a second too late. I was a little hesitant. And you can see if we look at down here towards the time, we can see that this candle closed at 35.12. This candle closed at 35.19. Then the following candle closed at 35.20. So since I hesitated for that tiny fraction of a second, I got filled out way down here, which I would have preferred to get filled down here. But this candle right here, it was only 1 second long, or it could have been less than a second, but that's unfortunate for me. Anyways, after this down close candle was here, I was like, oh yeah, that actually could be good for the entry. So, you know, we entered. We did have all this buying pressure here, which I was not a big fan of. As I saw my entry, I was like, oh, I don't know how strong I feel about this position. Then I saw, like, you know, we did close above this down close candle. We started pushing up higher. We did break above the original order block, or like my order block entry, which is this green box, but my stop loss was just above this high, and I was trying to aim for like a one-to-one, and yet if I did have my stop loss right above here, I would have gotten stopped out for sure. But I have noticed in my back test that if price does like wick above here, a lot of times it'll kind of just come back down, which it ultimately does, as you can see right here. So I was telling myself, okay, stop loss is just going to be above this blue line, pretty much above this high, which is the swing high of the retracement area on that 144 zone. So once I saw that, I was like, all right, stop loss above here. Yeah, I was very close, like I was within 2 points of getting stopped out for sure. And, you know, it would have been not my best day for sure, but it wouldn't have been my worst day either. But ultimately, you know, we stuck with our model, we stayed true to it, and price was able to retrace back. And I was trying to target the 100 level right here, which is this blue cyan level. It's just like tells me when it's like a 1-to-1 on the order block. So obviously I didn't get a late entry, and I was trying to target this level right here, but you can see that I was exited right here just due to me manually locking my accounts, so that once I hit a certain profit target of the day, all my accounts are just locked out, and I just don't trade anymore because there's really no need to. Also, this is good, so it doesn't help me over trade or anything, and just really helps me stick to my model. But yeah, you can see that our model worked out well. And also, one thing that I do need to happen is, if we go back to the 144, that retracement area that we have right here, I need there to be some sort of order block that was disrespected. And that order block that was disrespected, I guess there's multiple. I see 3. There's one order block right here disrespected. We break that high right here once we touch that 50% level. So I'm going to draw that line. We break that high, so it gets disrespected. The next order block I see was this order block. Once again, we break this order block high, it gets disrespected. And then the last order block would be this order block. We can see that this high also gets disrespected once we kind of go to the 50% level. So once I see those order blocks that are being disrespected, I like to look for potential entry. And that's pretty much my new and improved model to the T. Nothing really fancy, to be honest. It's just watching price, like watching breakup structures, like a different change in market direction, and also just waiting for market to retrace back to a certain point of control of the order block, and just look for like market to show me that it's willing to go in the direction that I would like it to go in. And honestly, that's pretty much it. And let's see. And I did have like this level here as this orange box here as kind of like a break and retest area. So I knew that, we could have a potential bounce to the upside, or we could have just broken down below it and then, kind of come back somewhere into this area and have a little bit of a retest. And you can see that we are kind of just going straight down. But yeah, so that's pretty much my model to the T, and that's the trade I took for today. As long as you trust your model, trust your system, it should be good. And we can see that it does perfectly touch the 1-to-1. Nice. Even if I did a 1-to-1 from this swing high up here, I know it's a little hard to see. Let me zoom in a little bit. Even if I did, instead of doing the 1-to-1 from there to there, if I did a 1-to-1 from this high to, I guess, the entry, we still get that 1-to-1, which is nice. So with that being said, trust your model, trust your system, and peace.